Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the poker prediction experiment. I wanted to say the awesome stuff show. That was the name I was using. But we're just doing the poker prediction experiment today. So I am going to draw another 5 hands, doing hands 81 through 85 today. And right now we are at 26.25% of the time having gotten the card that we were looking for. And we're looking for it to go up a little bit. If you randomly draw a card, you can expect it to appear in a poker hand like we are looking for about 17.5% of the time. So we are far above what random chance expects to occur. But in order for it to be statistically significant, we need to be about double what random chance would expect to occur. A little less than that now that we're almost to 100 hands. So anyhow, without further ado, let's go ahead and draw for the first hand. Chosen some names in advance from the Hendon Mob poker list, the all-time winning list, so we can try and see some different hands from what we saw in the previous episodes. Because I will also tell you the meaning of all the cards in the hand, though the experiment is just to look for the card that I draw, as should be clear with the question that I'm about to ask the deck. So, without further rambling, I will go ahead and ask the deck. Awesome deck. Please show us one card that will be in play in the first poker hand on the first poker video that comes up on YouTube when we search for Chance Kornuth poker hands. Please show me one card that will be in play in the first poker hand on the first poker video that comes up on YouTube when I search for Chance Kornuth poker hands. Please show me the card. Queen of Intuition. And we are using the awesome deck, intuitive tarot playing cards deck designed by me for the drawing. That's where these meanings come from. Well, that's not where these meanings come from. They have existed for hundreds of years. If you didn't know, both tarot cards and playing cards
check this out.
were first invented for playing games, not for reading fortunes. And both types of cards did transition to being used for reading tarot. Excuse me, I'm trying to type at the same time. Both types of decks did begin to get used for reading tarot readings around the same time. Both started out for games, and both have been used to do tarot readings for the same amount of time, approximately. Same as poker, same as playing cards. We don't know when exactly they were first invented. So we are going to look for the Queen of Hearts, and if you saw that thumbnail, it looks pretty probable that we may see the Queen of Hearts because there were all 4 queens there. So we have the King of Diplomacy and the 5 of Disruption, which might imply you want to play a bit slower. And then you get the King of Confidence, Queen of Assertiveness, and 8 of Healing. And with the 8 of Healing, it's kind of important to know what's happened in previous hands and who might be owed some good karma, because it implies good karma is coming to you. That's the type of healing. So Chance Kornuth asserted himself, and Ramos made the call. And now we have the Queen of Intuition, the one we were looking for. And it's a very pretty card. Makes you want to play. Very seductive. All the world loves a lover. Indeed, Chance has bet And Ramos is fairly quickly making the call because he has top pair and a flush draw. And now another queen on the river, the queen of decisiveness, implies that someone is very decisive about playing the hand. Probably should not be the person holding the five of disruption, although occasionally it could imply that you are going to disrupt the other player. Cards are kind of out there saying that your confidence should be tied to something diplomatic, which would be a more conservative or by the book way to play the cards. Not this way, more or less. So, but indeed, he was very decisive. He went all in and he was disrupted. And Chance was holding the Queen of Empowerment and the Six of Rationalization. So, first hand of the day, most importantly, we did find the card we were looking for. Let's log it into my spreadsheet. Sorry, it's hard for me to see around the camera while I am filming. Let's do it this easy way. Here we go. Yes, we got the card we were looking for. 2 players in the hand. I always log the number of players in the hand because that changes the number of cards that can be randomly expected to appear. So let's do another drawing. Awesome deck. Please show us one card that will be in play in the first poker hand on the first poker video that comes up on YouTube when I search for Jonathan Jaffe poker hands. Please show us one card that will be in play in the first poker hand and the first poker video that comes up on YouTube when I search for Jonathan Jaffe poker hands. Please show me the card. All right, we are looking for the Queen of Assertiveness. No, this is not magic. I am doing a scientific experiment. So I'm asking the same question every single time, other than the fact I am changing the name. And I'm asking the deck to show us one card that will be in play in the poker hand when I run this search. And whoopsie. And thus, I'm trying to show how much tarot can show us about the world. And it's my personal belief that in order to fully understand, it's more of intuition. And you don't necessarily need tarot cards to have strong intuitive messages about the world. There's many ways for intuition to come through. Oops, this is not going to be the hand. You need to do one that's actually going to show us some hands. So excuse me. Yeah. Okay. Even though this one may be slower than normal, you get the idea. So, like I was trying to say, I'm asking the deck to show me a card that will be in play. And if it shows up approximately twice as often, I have a chart that has been calculated for me as to how often it would need to show up to be considered far more often than probability expects, and thus to be considered statistically significant, as they would do for any science experiment. And look at that. We got our card again. It is in play. So he has the Queen of Assertiveness and the 6 of Panic, Don't Panic. That means there is a logical reason to panic, but don't. So that is definitely one, though, that you really, really need to trust your intuition on the reason to panic, but don't. Because a logical reason to panic could be folding and waiting to play another hand, long story short. So he has the 10 of Unexpected Good News and the 4 of assistance. So no unexpected good news for him yet on the flop, though. So he is more or less assisting Jaffe by making a bet. It's not really a great idea with those cards. And on the flop, tact, confidence, rationalizing, as in be tactful, be conservative, play by the rules with what you have in the strength of your hand, and don't get too confident. Don't rationalize your way into something more. So let's go ahead and skip forward a little bit here. And we actually, you know what? These hands tend to take forever, and we've already found the card we were looking for. So I'm going to move on because I have a lot to do today, and just go ahead and log it in and draw for the next one. Because the rest is just a little something extra for you for entertainment. And we got 3 hands to go, so we can do that. There. Awesome deck. Please show us one card that will be in play in the first poker hand on the first poker video that comes up on YouTube when I search for Christopher Michael Soyza poker hands. Please show us one card that will be in play in the first poker hand on the first poker video that comes up on YouTube when I search for Christopher Michael Soyza poker hands. Please show us the card. Extra skilled shuffling today. 3 of deceit. Couple of swords there because there is a conflict and some treachery, such as bluffing, usually happening in the hand when this card appears. So let's go ahead and run our search and see if we can go 3 for 3. Whoopsie, why? Oh, my computer loves to do this to me. I guess you could say I love to accidentally hit the keyboard with my hand, but I say my computer loves to do this to me. As it messes with my, what? How did I get ads over here now too? Okay. Looking for the first poker hand on the first poker video, and we are looking for the 3 of clubs, the 3 of deceit, to be in play for purposes of my scientific experiment. If you're just joining me, I already drew 2 hands, and we did get the card we were looking for both of those times. Now I have the 10 exciting challenge and the 10 unavoidable barrier, and you can see he has re-raised while holding them, which might mean that his opponent is up for an exciting challenge, something that looks good but might not work out so well, or not. And here we go. This is the one of the cards I look for, say shows up often in an all-in situation, and the 10 is another one. 9 of spades is the third that I am tracking to see if my instincts are correct about that. We have the Jack of Charm, 9 of Revelation, and 5 of Imbalance on the flop, all of which don't imply such great things for this guy. The 6 of Panic but Don't Panic, as in, remember I said sometimes it means you should just fold and live to play another hand? Yeah. 8 of Triumph on the river. And with that, we did not find the card we were looking for this time. That makes us 2 of 3 so far for today. Come on, fingers. Pause. And not doing too bad overall in the scientific study. So let's go ahead and draw hand number 4. Awesome deck. Please show us one card that will be in play in the first poker hand on the first poker video that comes up on YouTube when I search for Wai Kiat Lee poker hands. Please show me one card that will be in play in the first poker hand on the first poker video that comes up on YouTube when I search for Wai Kiat Lee poker hands. Please show me the card. Oops. Ooh, this is said to be the luckiest card in the deck, and it is known as the wish card. That's why I wrote that all over the back of it. So we're gonna run the search that I just asked it about and see if we find the card that we were looking for. Is this literally the same hand? It's literally the same hand that we were just in. Is that, yeah. What are the odds that it is the same guy? Okay, we have to take it as the first poker hand, first poker video that comes up when I run the search. But I hate that because I'm literally picking different names to try and have different things happen. So we already know that there was no 9 of hearts in that hand because I just watched it, sadly. So, same hand has BB3. Just making a note that the same hand as the one above came up because, you know, maybe I will factor that in some way later or rule those hands out or who knows. But hello to those of you who are just joining me. Thank you for being here. I have one more hand to draw for the day. I am running a scientific experiment asking the deck to show me what card will appear in the poker hand. And according to the terms of a scientific experiment, if it happens a certain amount more often than probability would expect to occur, then it does imply some correlation between the meaning of the card or the question that I asked and the event. And really, correlation is all we are testing. This is not a, if I draw the card, then it causes anything, which should be clear from the fact we are watching videos about things that already occurred. But that is what I believe tarot is. And is this the playing card? You just put a diamond. I don't know. I'm going to draw one in a second. Let me go ahead and draw the card and ramble more afterwards, okay? Awesome deck. Please show me one card that will be in play in the first poker hand on the first poker video that comes up on YouTube when I search for Santhosh Suvarna poker hands. Please show me one card that will be in play in the first poker hand, first poker video that comes up on YouTube when I search for Santhosh Suvarna poker hands. Please show me the card. All right. Oh, funny. Somebody asked if we were going to get a diamond, and look at that. We got the 5 of diamonds. I call this the 5 of imbalance, and it does imply there's some sort of conflict, and you might have to do a lot of hard work before you reap any rewards. Sometimes hard work is folding the hand. Sometimes hard work is behaving very imbalanced. So let's see if that's what happens when we run this search. Oops, I don't think I did that. All right. I have watched Santhosh Suvarna before, though, and I do feel like it's quite possible he will behave imbalanced, and it'll be a really fun hand to watch. So, let's see. I mean that with love, by the way. I behave very imbalanced sometime because it's really fun. I think poker should be more about fun, not so much about following the rules. So, but as I said that, he has the Queen of Intuition and the Queen of Assertiveness. So that's not exactly uh, something imbalanced. And we have Eric Person with the 6, Panic, Don't Panic, and 3 of Obsession. Perhaps behaving a bit obsessed by 3-betting there, and we just saw another 3 folded. We have the Ace of Initiative and the Queen of Empowerment right there for Patrick Antonius. So let's see what happens. I don't know what 67 means down there in the comment section, but I'm just going to keep going with what I'm telling you about the hand. We have a 4-bet from Patrick, all in from Santhosh, and is he going to be obsessed enough to call? Should he be panicking, following the logical reason to panic and not play the hand, or should he behave obsessed? You don't know. Need some intuition. We'll see if he should have called. But now he just has to worry about that ace. So, but for purposes of my scientific experiment, we are looking for the 5 of diamonds to show up. That is the card that I drew when I just asked the deck. Right now, what card would appear in the first poker hand on the first poker video? So, Ace of Initiative, Queen of Empowerment versus, Intuition and Assertiveness. And note that this hand took the initiative. He went all in first, so that could empower him very much. And we have the 7 of Gullibility, 6 of Serendipity, and the 2, the Little Things coming through. 5 of Disruption. I can't quite remember what hand was folded, but I feel like that was 2 hearts, right? And Queen of Decisiveness on the river. Indeed, the person who folded was not very decisive, and it was Eric. A 6-3. He had 6-3. Yeah, he would have gotten the flush and won. So, if he had behaved more imbalanced, it would have been a pretty big conflict because he would have sucked out. But that's not entirely what we are here for. That was just your extra commentary. We got 3 no's today, and that actually still counts as 3 players in the hand because they were all in there briefly. And let's go down and see what that puts us at for total results. So we have gotten the card we were looking for 27% of the time here, and not gotten it almost 73% of the time. There were 2.28 players in the hands on average, so just over 2 players in the hand, which means I do want to reach a little higher than what would be statistically significant for 2 players in the hand. 2 players in the hand, we would want to have 28% or higher, and we are almost there. So with several more yeses in the final 15 hands to be drawn, we will be fully statistically significant results. So if you enjoyed this, please do press the like and subscribe, and come back tomorrow, the next day, and the next day to see me draw the final 15 hands while we make it to 100. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day.